What's up? What's up? What's up, family? I am a determined black man, John Jay, and as usual, I'm determined to reach at least one someone that's listening to the sounds of my voice, if not each and every one of you all. On today.
Smacking your mother like this. Will you talk to me? Talk to me. Yo.
Look, as usual, I just briefly want to reach out to y'all, touch on some subject matters that I think that are important to us as black people, because if you already been rocking with me, then you already know this is a black first channel. No one is excluded though. You know, everyone can learn something from us. Just like we've learned and been indoctrinated by everybody else, every other walk of this life that we call life, we've been indoctrinated by everybody else. I think it is time that other people take a seat and actually learn something from us, or see that we are able to learn and to teach. Because for some odd reason, a lot of other groups of people have been encouraged to believe that we are incapable, you know, and for whatever reason, whatever corporate put that out there and tried to deceive us and anybody that would believe them any further than what they've already done. Well, today I got a sad video to share with you all. Some of you all may have already seen this clip. Check this out.
Wake up! I'm smacking your mother like this. Will you talk? Will you talk to me? Talk to me. Yo. Wake up! I'm smacking your mother like this. Will you talk? Will you talk? Will you talk to me? Talk to me.
So, I know a lot of y'all probably wondering, why would I share this? What's the purpose? And it wasn't to make fun. It wasn't for laughs. It wasn't for shits and giggles. It was for an honest, genuine concern about the narrative. Not only the one that's being painted incorrectly, but the one that's being presented in its most perfect form, reality. As you can see here, a small child is actually scrutinizing and lashing out at his parent, his mother, because she's incoherent, she's on drugs. And you can tell from the sound of his voice that this ain't the first time he's witnessed his mom like this. He's actually getting to a point where he's sick of it. And it looks like he's no more than 10 years old. I think that this was a video shot or recorded, I should say, a few years back. And I think this was a family from Georgia. And just from my slight research, I didn't care too much about all the details, because I myself personally have witnessed things like this with young people whose parents are being led and controlled by the influence of drugs and alcohol. Personally, as a child, I had some experiences, but nothing to this extreme. But I do know how I feel to have a parent that's under the influence of drugs and or alcohol, and that they will tend to favor whatever substance that they are abusing. They would tend to favor that substance more so than their own children. And for a person on the outside looking in, that would be hard to fathom, you know, that a mother would just go cold, you know what I'm saying, cold shoulder to their own child. But the thing that you have to remember is drugs and alcohol are chemicals. Most drugs that people consume that take them out of their mind like this are chemicals. And what you also have to understand is the human anatomy and how chemicals tend not to agree really well. And they all have adverse effects on the mind as well as the physical body. Well, in this case, this mother was out of her mind. And apparently her son had walked down on her with her other child. And he just wanted her to talk to him. He just wanted her to look at him with a straight face and give him some love. You know what I'm saying? Do you all not realize that a lot of the reasonings why a lot of these young men and these young ladies are going out here committing some of the heinous acts that they're committing against other humans and including themselves is due to the lack of love? I stress this on many of my videos. If you go back and watch them, I stress this over and over and repeatedly. Love is something that we lack tremendously in our neighborhood, in our hoods, in our communities. Black people, we lack love. When we were together and loving one another, do you all see how strong and powerful we were? Do y'all see how respected we were? But now that we've been encouraged, and that's by media, that's by the government and its agents, in the way that they've implanted drugs and liquor stores all throughout our neighborhoods. And now here we are, almost a half a century later, and these are the effects. See, they knew that if they caused such a thing, that these would be the adverse effects. Now you would wonder, why would the government do such a thing? Because most governments are only about controlling the people. It's not about righting the people or doing what's right towards the people, and especially black people. Black people, if you haven't been woke, then you need to wake up. There's nobody else out here that's going to fight for us. And as a matter of fact, most of the ones that you think, or for some reason why I don't know, that would fight for you, they are actually fighting against you. They might not come straight out. No, they throwing rocks for sure and hiding their hands. They're not gonna come straight out and say, yeah, I'm against you. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to snake you. No, they're not gonna say that. So it's up to us to understand the fact that a snake only sheds his skin to get larger, to get bigger. Not to change who it is or what it is. Remember that. So I know a lot of people would look at this video and they would be like, well, John Jay, why would you share something so discriminative towards our neighborhood, towards our communities, towards our people? And it's not to share that to be funny or to try to just out or oust, as they say. It's not to oust any of our behavior, just to put it out there, but the narrative's already been painted. And so people already have started to judge us on multiple fronts. And the number one front that they actually tried to destroy, which has become a shit wreck, the home front, the family. You know what I'm saying? I always stress that as well. Y'all go back and watch my videos about the destruction of the black family and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been a part of the plan for several years now, for quite some while. Yeah. And it's another form of control. See, I dropped a video not long ago with Chadwick Boseman, you know what I'm saying, delivering a message. And this was one of the points that he was proving. He was pointing out that there was a role that a director wanted him to play in a movie about a young man whose he was fatherless because his dad was in prison, or either dead, I think he was in prison, and his mama was on drugs. So this is the plot or the narrative that has been painted for us for quite some while, and that's due to the fact that they already know the effects of what they put into play. And so it's up to us, black people, it's up to us good people, to realize, recognize, and begin to re-energize our energies and reorganize our behavior and structure it to do something that's more beneficial towards our people than it is destructive. Do you know how hurt this young man sounds to me and how he must feel? Like it hurts me to hear him, even though I know a lot of people probably won't agree, and I'm not totally in agreement with him slapping his mother, putting his hands on his mother at all. But you ever heard of slapping the sense into somebody? I think that in this young man's head, he thought that he could slap his mama enough to that where she would have some sense and say, well, my baby, it's my baby trying to get my attention. Wonder why he going to such extreme measures to get my attention. It's because he needs you. And not only does he need his mother, I only wonder, where is his father? But I'm also showing you this to show you that it's not just the fathers that are neglecting their children, their sons and daughters. It's not just the fathers, because we've heard that for years, and that was a part of the plan as well, to remove us from the household, so that you would fail and fall and make mistakes like this, because you're seeing it every day, more and more. Young ladies, black ladies, young ladies, going out here, attaching themselves to the wrong type of people, and then the next thing you know, they're on drugs. I have seen and witnessed myself some beautiful. I mean, listen. I'm talking about one girl in particular. When I close my eyes and think about it, it was a girl I dated for a while. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Could have been a supermodel, like real life. Like if we had IG back then, and she had been exposed to it, I'm 1,000% sure she would have been one of the top IG models of all time. Just that bad. Look, I rode through a parade with her, sitting in the front seat of my auntie Lexus. When I was a young child, I had a couple of old schools, and back then, you know what I'm saying, people didn't look at old schools like they look at them now. And so I didn't even feel that she was worthy to ride in my old school. So I would always pick up in my auntie's Lexus, the ES 300. You know what I'm saying? I cleaned it up real nice, let that sunroof back. She didn't have no tinted windows, so that was perfect. I come through. And so I never forget, it was a Christmas parade in the middle of my hometown. And I got a chance to drive through the parade before it was over with. Like they let me enter in. I guess the car was so clean. It's a small town, so you know how they go, popularity as well. But I had her with me. And man, I just never forget the stares and the looks and comments and, you know, guys that was coming up to me afterwards, you know what I'm saying, days and weeks and months and years later, like, man, who was that? You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, the type of person that I am, I don't go into details and tell people everything. I was just like, oh yeah, that was one of my friends. That was one of my girls, you know what I'm saying? Where's she from? I ain't tell you, you have to figure that out. As a matter of fact, she wasn't even from more than 30 minutes away from here. But they had to find it out on their own. So anyway, back to the point at hand. She was drop dead gorgeous, man. She could move heads in any room. I don't care. It could have been all billionaires, you know, or whatever. It could have been homeless people. It could have been anybody. I know she just one of those. She was one of those remarkable person. Like when you see her, she just lit up the room. And unfortunately, you know, this does happen to those type of girls too. You know, we like to think that it only happens to these rough cut, roughneck type chicks. Nah, she was a very soft chick, a very soft young lady, beautiful, pretty smile, kept herself up, trendy, attire, but slipped up and got with the wrong guy. For women, that's mostly all it takes. And it's the same way for most guys that slip up and get on drugs. They slip up and sleep with some woman that's on drugs already, or they slip up and sleep with some man that's on drugs already, as she did. And somehow down the line, he encourages her that it's okay to take this drug. But this is what make me do the things I do to you so well. You know what I'm saying? They say that dope D is a powerful D that most chicks can't let go of. That's that dope D. Yeah, so basically, that's what happened to her. I almost called her name. Unfortunately, I saw her several years later, and she no longer looked the same. She had a child. I think she had been without work for a while. She didn't have an automobile. She was walking the streets, and man, I ran across her, and I didn't even try to make her recognize me. I just sat back and watched her behavior, so that I could, have some closure, gain some closure as to if I thought that she really was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? So, concluding, yes, she had a heavy consumption of drugs that led to her becoming a streetwalker, pushing a stroller with her little newborn baby. And man, it broke my heart. But anyway, I'm saying all of this for you all to take heed. Men and women, this can happen to any of you. But we all know that in most cases, it's the single mothers that are raising our children, not the single fathers. In some cases, we do have single fathers. In a lot of cases, there are single fathers. And there are more black men involved with their children than led to believe. Statistics don't always reflect correctly. There's a lot of black men out here that's actually involved or willing to be involved with their children, but they've laid and played with the wrong type of demon. They've laid and played with the wrong type of being. Someone that self-centered and only care about themselves, not willing to just let the man go and being bitter and using the children as pawns on a chessboard, you know what I'm saying? Just pushing them out there to dangle over the man's head for whatever they want, whether it be bread or more sex or whatever be the case. The children are the one who gets neglected the most. The children are the one who hurt the most. The children are the one that have to grow up dealing with all these different range of emotions, and it's ordinarily why they become so disranged. You know what I'm saying? Deranged. Because they never truly learn to deal with their emotions. And so they start acting out as you see this child did before they actually know it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even just try to talk to his mama before he actually started slapping. You know what I'm saying? And a person that hasn't grown up in this type of atmosphere or haven't dealt with these type of issues, never seen anything like this, they would just see a disrespectful child and probably want to scold that child. Now, true enough, as his father, I would have some words for him. But to be honest with you, I understand where he's coming from. She really needs some sense slapped into her. I mean, because after all that, she still had a dumb look on her face, like she didn't know what the hell was going on. Why he slapping me? Yeah, he's slapping the shit out of you because he needs his mama. You know what I'm saying? It's already hard enough that these young men growing up without fathers, because most of their fathers in prison or either dead or a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? But to mama, like, when I was coming up, like, that was like the beginning of a lot of single parent homes. But most of the guys I know that was growing up in single parent homes, they knew one thing: if anybody that I could call on, if at all I had to depend on, anybody, I could call my mom. You know what I'm saying? For whatever, she coming. Well, what happens in the case that your mama is sprung out on drugs, and she'll rather hug this block and hold this block down for 7, 8, 9, 10 years? I mean, hours, and probably years too. She rather hold this block down than to get up and go get a job or go home and cook and clean and make a better home. You know what I'm saying? She would rather sit there and wait on her next opportunity to take drugs or to do drugs. And that's sad. And that's a harsh reality. And especially for the child that has to grow up inside of that torture chamber. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only is it disheartening to think about him having to go to school and other kids may tease him because I'm sure he's not tending to his hygiene correctly, because that's all the stuff that we used to wait on. We needed our moms to guide us through, like, go in there and brush your teeth and wash your face. Because we just like, I just want to get up and go. I want to just go play, or I just want to go eat or whatever. We ain't thinking about, okay, you're going to be up in other people's face talking and your breath stinking. And so that, just, important things that parents teach you, especially mothers. Yeah, it's all of our responsibilities, male and female. Like me, I think that I'm probably more diligent when it comes down to discipline on my children behalf than their mothers, especially my latter children. I'm a disciplinary, like, and it ain't all about whooping. Like, I really talk to my children. I really stand on business with my children every day, every morning when I'm on my way taking them to school. I'm like preaching to them, like, or teaching them something, or telling them something, or even giving them prophetic word from, the higher energies that channel through me. Like, I allowed the Most High to enter me and to channel through me, and to give my kids wise words of wisdom so that they can know how to navigate through these different circumstances and situations that they may be faced with. Because it's going to become a time, there's going to be some things that I ain't going to be able to save them from, or I ain't going to be able to protect them from, but I want them to already have been prepared. I always tell you all about the 5 P's. To be prepared. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you prepare properly, if you put the right stuff in you, then the right stuff will come out of you when it's time, when it's needed. But if we got mothers out here willing to sacrifice their motherhood for drugs, most guys get on the drugs, like I say, even from dealing with a bad female. Well, a lot of females get on drugs from dealing with bad guys, but most of them, I think, in my opinion, a lot of them end up on drugs because of, women are stronger than men in a lot of ways, but they're also weaker than men in a lot of ways. And so when it comes to emotions, then I think that women are very much less rational and very much more vulnerable. And so in the case of something happening, a tragic event, most women gonna cry, sob, and just live deep in their pain and regrets. Whereas men, we tend to stick our chests out and it's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll wait till we by ourselves and maybe shed a tear or two. But women tend to go over and beyond a lot of time when it comes to emotional situations. And a lot of times they'll overthink or either underthink. And so something's gonna go wrong if you depended on them to make a sound decision on your behalf. Something's gonna go wrong, even on their own behalf. Because an emotional thinker is not a stable thinker, it's not a consistent thinker. And consistency is key. And so most men are more consistent. The only thing about it is, are we more persistent? Are we more present? And the answer is no. So the reason why I'm putting the bulk of this on mothers is because you're still present for the most part. The government and its different agencies that govern our interaction with our children, and like child protective services, they are mostly ramped and geared towards the benefit of the mothers. And they, guys like myself, we have to go and get a lawyer or whatever to protect our level right. So the mom is always at the first discretion, always the number one parent. But what happens when your mom's on drugs and you can't even slap her straight? You can't even slap no sense into her head. What happens? Because it's obvious from this video that this young man probably got visited by his local CPS. I'm sure. After this video was reported, I'm sure that that family was reported. Because the thing about it is, she also had a small child right next to her. And I've seen cases where parents have these children and they're willing to do things with these children, sell the children, wholehearted, the whole body, the whole child, or either sell the child for sex, sexual favors, money swap, or drug swap. I've seen that. Never seen a child get snatched up and cut into body parts, but I've heard about that. But I have seen children come up missing. And I've definitely seen where the children just get neglected, man. Like mama not feeding them properly, clothing them properly, just not tending to the children. Yet and still she chasing up behind some man. She got her fingers did, her toes did, her head and wig. And she just can't wait for the next opportunity to go pop her shit. Well, mothers and fathers, we got to do a better job. And as a determined black man, John Jay, it is my duty to stand up for our children. I made a post not long ago, fathers, we need to stand on business about our daughters, and we need to teach them that it's not okay to wear their underwear outside, not alone. Another person shouldn't be able to see what you're wearing underneath your clothes. But you definitely shouldn't come outside with what you wear under your clothes, your only clothes, and exposing all of your goodies, all of your stuff. But I'm seeing this more and more, even with some older women in their 40s, and maybe even some in their early 50s, walking around with lingerie on, walking around with bras and panties on, like they got on a short set or a jumpsuit set or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not cool. This is not good. This is not the food for thought that our children need to be pondering on. You understand me? Mothers, y'all got to get back to being more motherly. I've heard all the different flack I get about talking about women wearing bonnets in the stores and all this and that. Y'all say, no, you don't understand. It's because I got 3 kids and I don't have time to do my hair. That's the weakest excuse I've ever heard. You know why? For one, I'm an 80s baby, so I've seen mamas have 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, 10 children. Excuse me, I don't like using kids anymore. The word kids refers to a young goat. So, and I've known that for quite a while, but you know how it is when habitual things, just like drugs, when you use them regularly, then it just become a part of your, the things that you're accustomed to doing and saying. So you'll find yourself saying them even when you know better. But anyway, I just want to encourage you all out there with children. Protect your children's innocence, man. Like, we got a lot of young children out here growing up, and they having to experience a lot of things that they shouldn't have to experience as children. Like, I've actually witnessed, it's a young man that I want to do some things for. If you all will, please hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed to this channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time that I drop any hot new content to this channel. But also, if you will, please hit the link in my description, in my bio, that for the website, www.adbmstateofmind.com. Right here at the bottom of your screen, www.adbmstateofmind.com. Go there and please leave a donation, y'all. We're trying to build up some funds so we can do something, not just something fun, but we're gonna make it fun regardless. But we gotta get some funding so we can go out here and actually start creating some things for these children. This summer, I would like to start something similar to like a Boys and Girls Club, but it's not gonna be that deep. But my plans is to buy a whole lot of oil. Yeah, my plans is to buy a whole lot of oil, like motor oil, and some wrenches, oil filter wrenches, and oil pan socket, socket wrench, and some jacks and jack stands. We're gonna need about $2,500 just to begin with. But I want to take some guys that I've been meeting with. Got about 15, and probably it'll be more around 30 or 40, hopefully. Young men, it's actually a couple of older guys that don't know how to change oil in a car. And so we're gonna do like a little instructional thing where I sit back and I'm gonna make videos and all that stuff there. So you have all your evidence and proof that you need that, the monies was spent righteously. Because a lot of time I do things like this, but it's coming out of my pocket. And at this point in time in my life, I can't afford it anymore, y'all. Like, I'm seriously, like, I'm tapped out. I'm helping so many people, but I'm not getting any help back. Like, I got the yep, I'm tapped out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got the print on demand business going online, but it's not really booming at all. So if y'all will, please check out that link as well to my spread shop, or Determined Black Man spread shop, or merch shop. And every design in there, I designed myself personally. You know what I'm saying? From right here, I created those designs from right there, right here in between these eyes. I know they're not just like top tier, but the point is something by us for us. You know what I'm saying? And if you are, and to give you something tangible to remind you of the things that we stand for on this channel, but also to go out and remind the world, so you'll be like a poster board, or you'll be like a billboard, I should say, representing a determined black man, state of mind, or whatever type of man you are. But not only that, created a lot of different things to try to create other streams of income. I've also written 5 books that's on Amazon. Y'all can go check them out. Once again, go to the website. The website has a link at the top. It's a button that says "For Keys to Your Freedom." You click that button, it'll take you to my author's page on Amazon, where you can feel free to purchase any of the 5 books that I already have on there. I think 3 of them are actually books, 2 of them are ebooks. And please go back and leave a review after you've read the book, after you received it, and if you're pleased with it. Please go back and leave a review. Please do not. I take bad comments as constructive criticism, as long as it's something that's constructive. I don't have a problem taking that. Like, I take it on the chin. Boom. I don't know about my business. Like, yeah, I know next time I gotta look out for the left. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna duck the left and come over my left. Anyway, I just would like this summer, 2024, to begin a brighter future for us here, with my company, a Determined Black Man LLC. And it all starts with monies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing that we could do without financial support. And so it's not that I like begging, because I don't do that very often at all. But just to lay it back out there for those of you all may have forgotten that, you know what I'm saying, I am over here accepting donations. You can go to the website and do so. You know, maybe you don't even know how to do it. But you can go to the link to my PayPal in the description or the bio. Like I said, you can go to the website, you can hit the donation button. Or you can also look in the description here for my Cash App. Either way the cut goes, I really appreciate any support, whether it just be you hitting the like button. So if you hadn't already hit that like button, please hit the like button. That really helps out these videos when it comes to the algorithm and getting them out there. And if you will, share it as well. Share this mother. Yeah. Because we need to get this information out there. We need people to understand that all of us are not on drugs. All of us are not thugs. All not street people or whatever they want to call us. All of us are not vigilantes and violent. You know, some of us are actually out here trying to make a difference. Some of us are just hardworking people, individuals that's trying to make a difference in our community and in the world altogether. Because this world is becoming more and more of a mess. And I can only speak for my own community because that's where I reside, that's where I'm at, and that's what I see. But we become a mess, y'all. Accountability is like out of the picture, out of the door. We don't want nobody to point out our imperfections. But before we can make change or expect change, we've got to change who we are and the things that we are. Because majority of the things we are standing for don't amount to a hill of beans. Other people are getting ahead and further ahead simply because we are continuing to fall back and fall further back and further back. And we have had so many forefathers to fight for us and our rights and even lost their lives just for us to give all those rights right back, but to act like it never happened. Anyway, this was a sad situation for me, y'all, because my heart goes out to these children. I don't know how many other children that this young lady has. And I hope that she can get herself together so she can look in the mirror and be proud of who she really is. You know, it's hard looking at a mother that's out of her mind on drugs and having children that depend on her, beg her for her attention, beg her just to look at them. It's hard, but it's a truth that we must face. And we must stop allowing ourselves to get caught up in these type of situations. Out of selfishness is what it basically is, because we feel that the world has came crumbling down on us and we need something to take the pain away. And so a lot of times we're willing to go out here and sacrifice our own bodies just to put something in it that we feel like is going to relieve us of that stress and that pain that we've been dealing with, only to find out that it's going to cause more and more pain. And some of these things that we are choosing to lean on ain't that easy to shake off. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I love y'all. Hope y'all stay up. I'm the Determined Black Man, John Jay. If y'all have any comments or anything y'all want to say, please feel free to jump in the comment section. I always leave the comment section open because it's like our open dialogue. It's our space to communicate and to talk amongst each other. Ideas or things that you may have taken from the video that I'm sharing now. And maybe you wanted me to elaborate on them. I could elongate it on or expound it more on. Then feel free to jump in the comment section and let me know how you feel. If it's a topic that y'all want me to get on or speak on the next time or another time in the future, feel free to leave that comment in the comment section. Like, I welcome everyone into the comment section because the feedback actually helps me to understand more of the direction that I may need to go in. Like maybe if my vocals ain't right, y'all let me know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I've had several people to tell me in the past, you're too aggressive. Why are you so aggressive? Calm down a little bit. And I turned it down a notch. And then I actually looked back at some of my videos and I understood. That's why I deleted a lot of them. I understood where they were coming from because my intentions are well. The meaning of what I'm saying is understood. It's real. But it was the aggression, and you know, sometimes the way you say things can be taken or perceived the wrong way, and so it would lead to you actually missing the mark. And a lot of people that you probably could have reached, you'll miss because they'll be more focused on the tone of your voice or the different words and verbiage that you use, how you apply. more so than the message that they need to take inside. Actually display on the outside. Anyway, once again, I'm the determined black man, John Jay. Till the next time, y'all stay up, stay humble, and stay good people. I'm out. One. Don't forget to hit that like button.